I wanted to make another attempt to make it to Thompson Reservoir, and this is my third try since last summer. Now this trip, I took the quick way up there using the Silver Lake Road, and I've been on that highway several times, but this time I got some fleeting glimpses through the trees of an old fire lookout that I had never noticed before. This thing looked really cool. But this wasn't what I came out here for. This was just a find. I wanted to get to Thompson Reservoir, but when I got to the town of Silver Lake, the road to the reservoir was closed because of the Butte Lake fire. I talked to a private who was manning his Hummer on the road going out there, and he did say that he couldn't tell me what to do, but he strongly advised that I shouldn't go in there because the fire was about 15 miles from where we were. Now the reservoir was about 8 miles closer to the fire from where the guardsman and I were having this conversation, and that only left about 7 miles between the lake and the fire where I wanted to go. Now, I may be an idiot sometimes, but I'm not a complete idiot. Camping by the lake overnight with a rapidly spreading fire that close didn't seem like it would be worth my life, so I kind of had a plan B in mind. The plan B was crack in the ground, about 20 miles further away from the fire than where we were. I was looking at the map and noticed that there was also a primitive BLM campsite a few miles away from crack in the ground called Green Mountain. It's a no-fee, remote, bare-bones site that features 6 campsites, picnic tables, and a vault toilet. So there's not too much there. It's not the greatest campsite I've ever been to, but the views and stargazing are fantastic. And except for the one other person I met there was lots of solitude. And there's also this guard tower, standing sentinel over nothing. It's just the trees. And it makes you wonder why it's here. It is, of course, a fire tower. And so the drone fell down about 15 feet into this hole and almost went down another 10 feet into this further crack that I wouldn't have been able to get into. So I narrowly missed giving up all of the footage that I had done and the drone. So I filmed the rest of this with a gimbal because it was so tight in places, and this way I wouldn't run into anything and maybe damage the drone anymore. This is just amazing because I've never quite been in anything like this. It's like the rocks just literally split apart here. So the crack itself goes on for quite a ways, but there's a 2-mile established trail running through the bottom of this thing that you can hike the whole way. And it reminds me of a Star Trek set, you know, where they beam down onto the planet's surface and the ground is nice and flat and you can run around on it. Well, if you've never been to one of those sets, this is what that's like. I think this is worth coming out here to check out, and I'm going to put a link down in the description to the BLM site so that you can find it. Okay, so it's 2 months later, and it's smoke season down here in this part of Oregon, really on the whole west coast. Yeah, smoke season. It's a new season. But I'm trying to get up here past the road closure area, and that would be really nice to get up there and finish this video with a scene up there at Thompson Reservoir. It's not that great of a reservoir, but I like it. There's a little island out there. And, my dad and I went up there a couple of times and got out on a boat, went to the island, and just checked it out. We camped over there, and I really liked it. It was calm and peaceful, and so I hope it's still there, because all my places seem to burn up, and I hate it when they burn up. Now, this is about where that National Guard guy was blocking the road last time, and I don't see any sign of him this time, so, you know, this is looking pretty good. Maybe I can get up there and check the place out and remember it how it was before it burns down, either this year or next year, whatever it is. Seems like all my places burn down. I hate that. Okay, so that didn't work out very well, but there's always some other place I can go check out, and I'll just circle around back to that in the spring. So in the meantime, we'll see you the next time.